The Disney D23 Expo panel list is out, and there's some really good stuff on there. Now, if you're new here, we're Mitchell,
And Michael.
and we are the owners of Magic Cookies Vacations,
Yeah.
which is a travel agency unlocking your ultimate adventures and creating everlasting memories. Now, if you want to hear all about the upcoming panels and what we're going to try to get, stay tuned and follow along with us.
Well, if you don't know, D23 is a big event that Disney puts on every 2 years. Here, they talk about what happens with Disney Entertainment, Disney parks internationally and locally, and anything else that has to do with Disney, Hulu, ESPN, all the above, National Geographic, all the good things. So we're excited that we're going to experience it again because we went 2 years ago.
Yeah. And, it was our first time in 2022. A lot had changed. And so we're expecting a lot to change this year with it.
Yeah, right after COVID, so things were different then.
So they just released the 2024 Expo panel list.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that a little bit today, as well as some tips and tricks to help you if it's your first time going to the D23 Expo. But those are going to be at the end of the video, so make sure you stay around so you can hear all of them. So if you're still a little confused about what the expo is exactly, if you've ever been to like a Comic-Con or a big convention, it's similar but very Disney focused. So you're gonna have different rooms with different panels, which we'll talk about. You're also gonna have a bunch of vendors on the floor, like Disney Fairy Tale Weddings, Ravensburger, Box Lunch, um, Mickey's of Glendale, the Pin Shop. You're going to have a bunch of photo ops. You're going to have different places you can pop in and out of. The floor show is huge.
Huge.
You'll also have different places you can eat, food trucks, places within the building itself.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of things to walk through.
And
But
they actually added another space as well because when they wanted to have the bigger
mm,
panels, they have a new location at the Honda Center.
yes, which is, we think, a great addition.
Yeah,
And it's going to really help spread things out.
yeah.
So let's kind of jump into what panels we have, and then we'll dive deeper into that.
Mm.
All right, so here is kind of what the schedule is going to look like. It is a 3-day event, so it goes from August 9th to 11th, and
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it is a specialty ticketed event. So you did have to purchase tickets ahead of time. It did sell out really quick, which, that's kind of normal. And like Michael was talking about the HANA Center, you did have to get a special ticket and reservation for that. So we got to select seats. Previously, you just had to do the like raffle, the which we'll get into, but you have to submit your like top couple of panels you want to go to, and then Disney will shuffle them around and then spit out the couple you get. The Disney parks, the entertainment, and the legends were always the big ones that were hard to get, and people would start standing in line. They used to be allowed to overnight, but they did away with that.
Yeah,
So adding the Honda Center is a great, great idea. It just expanded it a lot more.
yeah.
But again, we'll get into that.
Better chances for all of us.
All right, so looking at this list right here, you're going to see that the first day starts at 10 a.m. So you're going to be able to look at the panels and see the time they start, how long they last, and the room that they're in.
As you can see, as we scroll through, that there will be a lot of different variations for each panel. Some of them will be like photo ops with people. Some of them will be special giveaways that will happen. And some of them will be like special small little panels that will last for an hour, maybe like an hour and a half, depending on what the special penalty is. And as you can see, there'll be a lot of them happening around the same time. So that's why we have to pick and choose what we wanted to go to and try to attend to. But there's a lot of varieties, which I think is great, but it just adds more pressure because we want to go to tons of them.
Yes. Now, if you look at this list that we made, this is after we chopped down and weeded through the panels that were happening, and it's already on the second
Yeah,
page. So that's just from our individual, like,
liking.
yeah,
And as you can see, there are ones that have same time or 15 minutes after they start. So we'll have to pick and choose, or Disney will pick for us which ones we're able to attend to, and then go from there.
So looking at this list, you're going to see that you can do by time or by the room. So if it is the same as last time, we were able to pick a certain amount per each room per day. So that's why you kind of want to flip between them. It also does say the room at the end here. But you're going to want to look at the time and see what overlaps. If you're going with somebody else, so for us previously, we were able to each individually book a what we were wanting
Mhm.
and then also bring a friend with us. So since there's just two of us, it worked out really well. We went through, picked different things, and then when we got our options, it gave us more of a list because we were able to help bring the other person into the panel, if that makes sense.
I think also last year that when we were picking it, we were able to pick like what was our top choice, what was our
Mm.
second choice, and maybe our third choice. But there were tiers that you were able to pick for like what you were for sure were trying to get on top, and then your other ones that were not as important but still important for you.
Yeah, so this is, we're going to be able to put our requests in from July 15th to July 19th.
19th.
So this Monday is when it starts.
Hmm.
You can switch it around, and then after the 19th, it will submit it, and then we get it August 2nd, August 3rd.
Sure.
We get it like the beginning of August, our list. So then we have about a week to kind of plan out and see what we want.
Yeah.
Now, most of the panels should have a standby line, so you can line up and try to get into a panel that you really want to.
Because some
If
people might not show up.
Yeah, because a lot of people got in last time.
Yeah.
And then last time, well, 2022 when we went, the big panels were in the morning, starting at 10 a.m. So everybody got in line super early, tried to get into those rooms, and then from there, people would disperse and try to get into other panels. But having this at night, it kind of helps, even though there's still panels going on in the evenings.
I think that's for the people who didn't buy the
Hmm.
Honda Center tickets. So
Hmm.
it gave them some extra things to do while we were all at the Honda Center.
Yeah, so that is a good point. Like
Yeah.
I said earlier, you did have to purchase a special ticket and reserve a seat, but you can still go to the D23 event without purchasing the Hana Center tickets.
Yes.
So,
And as you said, like since they're moved into the evening, I think it gave people more opportunities during the day to go to more panels because the specialty ones, as they happened last year during the middle of the day, took people away because that's one of the bigger events. So it took people away from other special smaller panels. So now you can get all your smaller panels out of the way and just attend the bigger panels at the end.
all right, so we did make a list.
As we said,
You'll see it on the screen, but we did need it in front of us because there's a lot of things.
and we did it by time to make it easier for us instead of by place.
Yeah, so if you look, we have the time, what it is, and then the room that it's located in.
Hmm.
I did hyphenated some of this, so if it looks weird, that's why. Um, so Friday, start off pretty easy. I'm gonna try to get like the Pixar ball giveaway. Um, Mark Hin's doing a signing. They're doing a live demonstration of Animation Inc., which we did catch a little bit last year, and they're doing a couple of those. So be mindful. The giveaways and a couple of the panels they will do multiple times. So if there's something you really want to go to, see if it's going to happen later on.
Right. Friday,
Um,
Saturday, and Sunday, not just one day.
no.
Yeah.
And then we really want to do the Muppets 70th, the Glamorous Miss Piggy retrospective. We got to do the Muppets last year, which was great.
Muppet Christmas Carol. Woo!
And Nina West hosted,
Yep.
which we love her.
And she's hosting the masquerade
Mhm.
later, but we'll get to that one on that day.
Now, and then here's where the tough part comes in when you're looking at the panel. So the Muppets is 12:45 to 1:45,
Mm.
and then there's a 30 Years of Toy Story at 1:30. That's going to go to 2:30. So there's that overlapping time there.
And a different location.
Now, even if you have a reservation, if you end up not scanning in time, they'll start letting people in the standby line out of the way.
That's why we said wait in line, so people might not show up. You can still get in.
And then sometimes we're like picking things that we're like, nah, if we get something, it's not a big deal. So like the 2:15 time, we picked like Disneyland Foods.
Hmm.
It was probably the most interesting thing we found at that time.
Yeah.
Um, there's a signing of Elemental we want to do. Pioneering in Women, it's the same time. Um, some live demonstrations. Disney Lorcana talk back
Yeah.
about what's coming, what's past, present, future, all of that. Which Disney Lorcana is the trading card game. If you weren't aware, last time we went in 2022, they had just came out with it. It wasn't open to the public, but they did have it for sale there.
Mhm.
And by the time we got there, we weren't able to get anything because it was sold out. But we did get a special card with a signature on it
Yeah,
from the designers.
that's cool.
Let's see what else do we got. And then here's the other thing that's tough. So since we're having the event at the Honda Center for the big panels, Disney is providing transportation.
Mm.
Now, Disney is really good about their transportation. However, there's a lot of people going from the
Anaheim.
Anaheim Convention Center to the Honda Center.
Yeah.
So we're a little curious on how that's going to work. They have stated that you can get it from the convention center if you're staying at the Disney resorts, which we are staying at the Disneyland Hotel.
For the first time.
So hopefully, if they do it from there, we'll probably just like sneak back over before the buses start running. But the task that we're like running into a problem with is there's the making of a Goofy movie at 5 p.m., which we really want to see, but
Very
it goes
exciting.
till 6:30.
Yeah. I enjoy the Goofy movie, but it's an hour and a half panel.
Mm-hmm.
But the Disney Entertainment, right? That's not
Yes,
right.
it's the entertainment.
Entertainment starts at 7, and of course we want to see that because it's going to talk about all the cool movies and TV shows that are come out for Disney, Marvel, and everything else.
And so, if we're being honest, there's no way you're going to get from the Anaheim Convention Center to the Hana Center within a half hour. You've got to check your bag, get scanned in, find your seat, do all the things. Plus, the panels are going a lot later this year. So the big ones are going till 9 p.m.,
Right.
which before it ended at 6, I believe.
Yeah, the whole evening ended at 6, but since they moved the bigger panels to the evening, now they're going later. Because
Right.
before they were like from like 10 to 12, so they're in the middle of the day.
Yeah. And so if you're like going all day, like trying to find time to eat dinner, like getting out that late is going to be tough if you've like been there all day. So
Pack your snacks.
pack your snacks. We gotta plan.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the issue we're having because there are some really great panels during the Hana Center exhibits. But pick and choose, see what we get, and then we go from there.
Yep.
So that was Friday. That's the first day. So much stuff. We're gonna hop over to day 2, which they moved the masquerade to the beginning of the day, which we thought was interesting. It's now at 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Way to start the day. Again, Nina West is gonna host.
Love
She's
her.
fabulous. She did a great job last time. You get to see everybody who has entered costumes and spent probably 2 years making it.
Yeah. Since last year.
I mean,
They were phenomenal. They were great.
the lady
You
that
check out our video from
won,
last time.
yeah,
Yeah.
the lady that won last time had the Dumbo outfit, right?
Yes. That like moved.
Mm-hmm. It like rotated, moved. They do some really cool things.
It's really cool.
And then after that, we are going to try to go to the Mary Poppins panel, and they also have the Abbott Elementary,
which we love now.
They also have the Marvel Animation Sneak Peek. There's a signing with Moana, and you can also do a talkback with her. Those are 2 separate times. There's an Inside Out 2 panel with a special surprise. That's going to be on our list. If you haven't seen Inside Out 2, go watch it because it's so good. There's also a Wolverine panel, which that's like our backup one during the same time. Percy Jackson.
Another backup, but we still enjoyed it.
There's a costuming block. There's the Stay Tuned, you're watching the Disney Channel. Last year it was incorporated with the
Disney 100
exhibit.
Yeah.
You got to use the wand if you're old enough to remember.
Cue video of us doing that from last year.
Right. And they said they're going to add some extra stuff with it this year. So we want to check that out. And then, luckily, there's a bigger break for us. So we can like go grab dinner, throw stuff back at the room. And then we go to the Disney Experience Showcase.
Yay!
Which that's the big one. That's going to be where you get all their park news, Disney Cruise Line,
here. Yep.
international. anything like that. So, being travel agents, that's going to be like our bread and butter and what you're going to want to know.
And this is what everyone's waiting to hear.
Mhm.
Since we know that Universal Epic Universe is coming, we are really hoping that they're announcing something really big for us Disney people as well.
Yes, and that's going to be next week's video about our predictions. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already
Yeah.
so you can see what we're thinking is going to come because there's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's going to knock out our
Saturday.
Saturday. And then we jump to the last day.
Ooh.
I know. So on Sunday, we're going to try. There's three that we're going to give for the 10 o'clock time to start. There's a Once Upon a Studio, there's Designing the MCU, and then there's Tiana's World. So all a little bit different. Um, they all kind of rank the same with us, so we'll see what we get.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Starting out with a bang.
mhm.
3.
There's the Dream Chasing panel. And then this is what I'm curious about. There's a 12 o'clock to be announced panel for Disney Entertainment. Now, we just had the Disney Entertainment at the Honda Center.
The night before.
So either they're A, going to recap everything that happened, or B, they're going to save something big to announce there to kind of hit everybody that's at the convention center instead of just the exclusive Honda Center.
Ah.
So they haven't given any details. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep you posted. That one's one to watch.
Right. Maybe we'll announce it on the 15th through the 19th, so we'll see.
Now, our dilemma there. There's also the Jolly Holiday with the Sherman Brothers around the same time, which we would love to go to.
Yeah.
Donald Duck's 90th. There's the 6 years of Disney ambassadors. Then there's Disney character voices, which seems super fun. They said you might even get to voice a character, which sounds great.
Very cool.
And then there's also you get to meet the genie that was on Broadway for a Talent Central, which is like their signing picture op. So there's a ton of those throughout the day.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on those if there's somebody that you really want. Check them out. Panels about restoring Disney classics. Magic After Dark, which seems super interesting about the nightlife and night shows that they've created. Creating Marvel Studios and ILM. So there's a bunch of these ILM panels that shows very based on like The Mandalorian, Star Wars, and how they've created different functional like mechanics or robots or things of that nature.
Anything that makes Star Wars cool.
Mm-hmm. So we want to go to at least one of those, but they have a ton of them throughout the day.
Yeah.
There's the big retro slideshow, which I wasn't really sure what that was until we looked into it, but it seems really cool. It's kind of taking a look back through Disney through the ages and like rides and attractions that used to be there that aren't anymore reflecting on them.
Right.
And then as a joke, because this is literally like every hour, meet Bluey and Bingo at Disney Plus. So if you are a Bluey fan, you will have 75,000 chances to meet Bluey and Bingo.
Every day. Every day.
So those are going to be the panels that we're looking at. I know that was a lot. There's still a lot on these sheets that you can pick from.
The big Sunday one, though, just to let you all know, is the Disney Legends. We're not so excited about that one, which is the one that's going to be at the Honda Center. So that's why we're not thinking that we're going to go there. We'll stay at the Anaheim Center and do the later panels that are happening there. But if you are one of those people who did not get the Honda Center tickets, they are doing a live streaming of the Disney Legends on Sunday for those who are staying at the Anaheim Center.
Yes.
So you might not miss that one. So that's a good choice. Good thing to do.
And no hate on us for not going to the Disney Legends. Clearly, like getting initiated in is amazing.
So true.
Everybody's fabulous and wonderful. We love them. We just have other panels that we would rather go to.
Parks and movies.
Yeah, parks and movies. And we're also going to be going back to the park, so we want to get there a little early. Just as like a little disclaimer.
So don't hate us.
All right, so we're going to jump back and talk about the floor room a little bit more. We briefly mentioned it, but this is going to be where you're going to get a lot of the experiences and the exhibits and vendors. So one of the ones that Disney has announced that we're really excited for is Horizons. So it's a Disney Imagineering immersive walkthrough.
Yeah.
Um, Last time we went, we got to see like the Baymax ride, the new things coming to Disney Tokyo, Shanghai,
And Paris, I
and
think.
Paris.
And we saw the Tiana Bayou
Bayou.
Adventure.
We got to see the reimagined
Hmm.
update to Toontown that's now going to be open. It wasn't last time we were there, so we're really excited for that.
Yay.
We got to see Zootopia,
Yep.
Peter Pan
Yep.
area, Rapunzel,
We saw how they did Harmonious and the fireworks and other things like that.
Disney Wish.
Disney Wish. So
Yeah.
anything that really happened new
Mhm.
since 2022, we got to see before.
Yeah, so it's nice because we can kind of go in, explore, and then bring it back to you,
Yeah.
and you can see what's happening. So some of the other floor room exhibits that we're going to be excited to see is there's actually a great big beautiful car show.
Ooh.
So it's bringing 20 vehicles from the archives that are classics. Um, I'm not a
Cool.
huge car person, but I do like classic cars. I think they're really pretty to look at. That'll be fun.
Do you think it's going to be in the room where they have the big giant plane?
hmm Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's where it is because it's in the archive pavilion, which is
Yeah.
where Walt's plane was last time, which
Yeah.
was also really cool.
Very cool.
And these are ones that you can just stand in line and walk through. You don't need a reservation for.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones, if you're an ESPN person, they have like a whole sports ball thing. Not ours,
Sports
but
ball.
go hang out there. The Lightstrom is going to be a great panel to look at. It's going to be focused on the Avatar. It's like a whole walkthrough with the bioluminescent forest.
Pretty.
See how the Navi live. So that'll be really fun. Now, if you are a Disney Plus fan and you like Loki, they are going to have a TVA walkthrough, which means they'll probably have some of it set up like the TVA, and you'll
Hmm.
get to firsthand experience it, which is awesome.
Very cool.
Make sure you have your camera ready for photo ops because I'm
Yep.
sure there will be some.
I was going to say, yeah.
There's also going to be the Hulu experience. If this is in the same spot it was last time, you walked in and we did like a zombies picture op,
Hmm.
and then we got to walk around to different panels. And it said something about only murders in the building. If you've not watched that show, it is great. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Sure, you'll get some photo ops in there as well. Um,
And Abbott Elementary.
and Abbott Elementary.
Ava Fest.
Oh, Ava Fest. If you've watched it, you know what we're talking about.
Yes, you do.
If you've not, go watch it now.
Yes.
But they're gonna have something set up like that. They said interactive, like carnival games. I'm sure again, photo ops. There's gonna be a ton of photo ops. Take advantage of it. Freeform is having 31 Nights of Halloween, where you can spin the Wheel of Misfortune, and I think you get like a trick or treat or prizes.
Spooky.
So that sounds fun. I love Halloween, so it would be a good thing
I
to
enjoy
check
it.
out. There's going to be a place for Descendants, The Rise of Red photo
Ah.
op. The way they described it, I'm thinking it's going to take place of Maleficent's area. So we got a bunch of pictures last time with her in different settings. Not with her, but like in different settings where she would be. So I'm guessing that's where that's going to be. And it's cute. You just walk through. There's like 5 or 6 different photo ops you can
Possibly.
check out.
There's also a Descendants panel as well, if you want to
Mm,
check that out, since that The Rise of Red is coming soon.
yeah, that would be a great one.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a lot to kind of look at and talk about, but it is a lot. The Disney D23 Expo is a lot,
Come on.
but it's fun.
A lot happening in 3 days.
Yeah. So now we're going to give you some of our tips that might help you on your first time, or maybe even if it's not your first time. So tip number one is going to be please look at the schedule, kind of create a plan, figure out what you want to go see and your backups, and make sure you get your selections in by July 19th so you don't miss that.
Tip number two, it's like I said earlier, bring snacks. They will have food carts or food trucks out in the parking lot area, and then maybe some food things inside the conventions. But as we just said, there's a lot going on at these conventions and expos. So you're going to be going, 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 going. So bring snacks so you can keep yourself energized through the whole day and in, into the evening, because as we found out, they're going to be later panels. And you might be going from Anaheim Center straight to Honda Center without any breaks. So bring snacks.
Tip three, make sure you kind of know the layout of the land.
Mhm.
knowing where the stages are so you're not frantically running there 5 minutes before trying to find your spot. And also kind of figure out the showroom, where the talent's going to be, where the vendors are. And you're going to want to like really keep an eye on items. If you see something, grab it. Like, don't be like, I'll come back for it. It's probably going to be gone.
Yeah. Tip 4, if they do this like they did last year, make sure that you get up every morning to sign up for those special shopping experiences for like Mickey's of Glendale's, the pins, and other things like that. Because when you sign up, they'll give you a random time to show up so you can go shopping. Those times might conflict with your panels or your other experiences that are going on. So just be aware your plans might have to change and you might either have to cancel the reservations or show up late or leave early from the panels. But just make sure you do those because, and as Mitchell said, when you're in there, buy it at that moment.
Mhm.
You can't go back because you're only allowed to go in possibly, I think, only one time.
Mhm.
So when you do make it to Glendale's, when you go in there, see what you want, buy it then. Don't miss out.
Tip number 5, make sure you kind of figure out where this sounds so weird. The wall plugins are for like recharging your phone, and you bring extra battery packs because if you're like trying to get those reservations and if you need your phone for a bunch of stuff, your battery is going to die on that long day. So just know and to bring either extra batteries, chargers, any of those.
Tip 6, which is kind of tip 1, don't forget your badges. Bring your badges, bring your lanyards that you bought or you're going to get when you get there. Because you're going to need to have them every single day that you're there. So don't forget them because it's important to have.
Tip number 7, make sure that you have enough space on your phone to take videos and pictures. Yeah, my phone is always like, your storage is full, so I have to make sure to delete
All
a
the
bunch of
time.
stuff before we go, or bring like a little extra vlogging camera.
Yeah. And tip 8, have fun. I know there's a lot going on, but you're going to have so much fun. We had a lot of fun, and now we kind of did our first round when we did it 2 years ago, so now we know what's going to happen. So we're going to even have more fun. So just have fun while you're there. It's going to be a great time. You're surrounded by people who love what you love.
And my last tip is be kind. Yeah, you were with a lot of other people that love Disney. There's no reason to get all up in arms about anything. It's a long day. Just enjoy your time with each other.
Yeah.
Meet new people and say hi. Oh, speaking of that, come say hi to us. If you follow us, we'd love to meet you in person,
Yeah.
take a picture, say hi, ask us questions, whatever. I know last time we were there, we met some of our favorite vloggers,
Yeah.
Ordinary Adventures, Carly Wiesel, Brooke,
McDonald.
what else? Francis.
Yeah.
So go say hi. And if you see people you follow and know, usually they're very, very lovely and they really enjoy talking to you. So make sure you do it.
Just be kind. Be kind to your fellow people. Be kind to the vendors. Be kind to everyone.
Mhm.
And everyone's going to have a magical time. Again, we know this was a lot of information. A lot is going to happen, and it's still not all finalized. But bear with us. It will be phenomenal, and you're going to have a great time. With all those panels that we mentioned, we still are going to try to go shopping so that we have to try to squeeze that in as well. A lot will be happening, but it's going to be so much fun. We are very excited to see what happens this year, and we're excited to be able to go to the big panels at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I mean, you've listened to us talk for plenty of time at this point,
Yeah.
so that's all we got for you this week. If you're not already, please subscribe down below, hit that like button, share with your friends, comment what you are excited about for the D23, and
Yeah.
any questions you have, we'll be happy to answer.
Tell us what panels you want to go to. We would
Yeah.
love to hear that.
And then stay tuned because we'll be putting up what we are guessing is going to be announced as far as new parks or things like that.
Yeah.
So we will catch you next week. Now, as a reminder, I'm Mitchell,
I'm Michael.
and we just unlocked another ultimate adventure. Have a magical day, guys.
Thanks for watching.